The following is a fan-based narrative. Please support the official release.
Hey guys, if we reach 1,000 likes, we'll be giving out 2 of our new shirts. All you gotta do is click like, subscribe, and turn on notifications.
Twilight, Mail's here!
Yeah, all that mail went straight into that waterfall. And you know what? If it's splashing like this, they should all be completely soaked anyways. And speaking of the waterfall, what is with Equestria just wasting water? You see, the throne room has its own personal little stream and mini waterfall in it, and Twilight School is just surrounded by a waterfall. None of this stuff was here before. This was a small hamlet, so all of this had to have been engineered by the princess, and throughout this episode, she's still concerned with fines.
Is it a deluxe set of special edition ogres and oubliettes figurines that I'm totally surprised by and haven't been hinting that I need forever?
Twilight lives in the castle and won't pay for late fees. Why would she pay for her slaves' toys?
Well, it's for Twilight. Thank you. You're welcome.
Well, that's your Derpy quota for this season. That's all you get. In fact, that's all you get for the rest of the entire series. I hope you enjoyed.
Huh, it's from Princess Celestia.
So's this. Really? She couldn't have put it into the box?
How did Princess Celestia time the scroll with the packaging considering how bad Derpy is with directions? Not only that, it's not exactly Amazon. There's no tracking of the shipment.
My G1 Stars World figure.
G1? How meta.
Hold this.
Oh no, oh no, oh no!
What's wrong? It just looks like an old library book.
How does this book look more like a library book than all the other books in there? There are literally dozens of books in that box.
My little pony, my little pony.
Though nothing new for the intro, we're on episode 5. At this point, I have given up all hope of them doing anything creative with it. Maybe for the last episode?
You don't understand, Spike. I have a perfect library book return record.
Had a perfect record.
Spike chooses now to get a shot in when Twilight's at her most vulnerable. If only he kept this back. There's no way that huge stamp is actually this precise, hitting right inside of these small little boxes.
Of course you won't, dear. If there's any pony I can trust to take care of a book, it's you, Twilight Sparkle.
Didn't all her books get blown up when the treehouse got destroyed? Sure, it's not her fault, but I mean, any book she's borrowed would have been destroyed there. Not only that, those were countless books in a library that were destroyed because of her.
Spike! Quick, find me that old copy of Predictions and Prophecies.
Holy shit, wait, this was considered her room? For the brief period that she was in Ponyville with the tree, did she live in anything other than a castle?
But what if some pony sees me in there? I'm the Princess of Friendship. Everywhere I go, ponies recognize me. I'll stick out like a sore hoof.
Don't most people not recognize you normally? I mean, just later on, there's someone who doesn't even recognize you as a princess. Either that or they do and they specifically treat you like shit because of how much tax money you waste. Hiding by making loud noises and flashing lights. And no one notices. I'm pretty sure at this point, everyone sees Twilight as like a kid with a mental disorder. You just try to ignore them and save them the embarrassment of themselves.
I have a book to return.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you your smartest pony alive.
Need some recommendations from the new release section?
Also, gee willikers, Rick, I wonder if this only book here with writing on it and this whole entire library will be a prop use. Really highlights how lazy the rest of the background elements are when you do stuff like this.
Is that the new edition of Moon Curve 7 Theories on Bending Time? I have been waiting for the release and...
If you wanted to know about time magic, probably should have just asked Starlight, and, you know, since she seems to have perfected it.
No books today. Thanks.
All of these ponies were here and then suddenly disappeared too. Also, this librarian's glasses, not only do they not have arms to keep them up, it is even connected to the other side.
Dusty who? Dusty Pages? The head librarian? She's worked here forever.
The 60-year-old mayor who worked here 10 years ago. You're assuming a lot if you're thinking she's still alive.
Now, was there some other way I can help the library's best book borrower?
Apparently no one cared about this picture of the princess considering it's covered in dust.
Whoa.
For a library, they're not too big on actually cleaning. I mean, these books and scrolls should have disintegrated with all this moisture and dust.
In the time it took us to get there, I racked up another 17 bits in late fees!
If the train ride here has accrued 17 bits of late fees, and let's just assume they took a train and it took about 2 hours and give them another hour to get to the library, having the conversation, then going into the basement, that's 136 bits per day. That means 49,640 per year. And the estimated average of the show of 10 years since the premiere is about 500,000 bits. I've joked a lot about Twilight being stingy, but yeah, that actually is a sizable chunk of money.
Waiter, we're ready to order. Oh,
Everyone recognizes Spike as a servant but himself, though he naturally falls in line.
Specials. Do you think that's enough for the two of us?
I would probably order some naan as well.
Dragon pouch for a notepad and a pen. I guess dragons really were made to serve.
Yeah, I was hoping I could talk to Dusty Pages about that.
Oh, Dusty Pages left the library moons ago.
Still not sure what moons is. Before the mirror didn't open for 30 moons. That could be 30 years, and in this context it sounds like you're talking about years, but that would mean Sunset Shimmer would have graduated multiple times since the mirror only opened every 30 moons.
Oh, I heard she was forced to leave. It's so sad. She loved the library.
So she was fired because the best book borrower borrowed a book and didn't return it. What, do they need to start making collection calls and collecting books that are overdue personally?
Wait, so you're not gonna return the book?
No, Dusty Pages is.
Colgate doesn't say hi to Twilight, but sure likes to move around not saying anything with her mouth open. If she pays taxes, like I assume she would, shouldn't she be in a record for you to check?
Silver Stable Community for the best golden years. This has to be it.
I hope so.
The retirement home was the last place you decided to check for a 70-year-old pony. You check a mine. Before that, is Equestria fucking Russia? Would you put elderly people in mine shafts? Twilight literally cannot wait more than 10 seconds for an answer.
Then she's on to windsurfing.
Oh, and don't forget theater rehearsal.
Then there's her band practice later.
Just filling her days with distractions to cover the pain of losing the best job ever.
All clear signs of being happy, yet Twilight ignores it because it negatively affects her. So apparently Dusty skipped either every event that she had planned or left every event early for some reason.
But now you can bring it to Canterlot Library and get your job back.
No, thank you. I don't ever need to see that library again.
The fact she was fired for your mistakes should tell you all you need to know about why she doesn't want to go back.
Time out! Next time, you should rent gear.
We're not actually here for the
This stuff would seriously hurt you to begin with. Being hit with a watermelon being thrown that fast right to the head, that probably would kill you.
game.
I was hoping you'd give me another chance to talk to you about the library book.
This really means a lot to you, doesn't it?
Yes, it means a lot to her. She's selfish and not really doing this for anyone else. That and the amount of money she'll have to pay.
All those years I spent hiding away in that library, when your book never came in, I felt something exhilarating.
What was it?
Freedom.
So are cutie marks wrong? Perhaps if you're gonna tell people what they should do for the rest of their life, maybe give them like a little bit more detail than just a picture.
Getting it right. right.
You're sure you don't want to return it and get that perfect record back?
What happened to the timeout?
Wait, did you even read that thing?
Actually, no. I guess I didn't.
Wait, so she just knew it was the Camelot library book?
I didn't. Where's the overdue book return office for ponies who should know better?